Ben Simmons is undoubtedly one of the most polarizing players in today's league. While some view Simmons as one of the NBA's top players, others view him as a scrub. Simmons is undoubtedly a very flawed player, but he's still an all-star talent. It isn't a coincidence that ever since Ben Simmons started playing for the Sixers, that they've been one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference. Yes, despite being in the league for 5 years now, he's yet to develop a reliable jumper, and that has hurt his team in the playoffs. But while Simmons still can't shoot the ball to save his life, he does so many other things on the court at a high level that impacts winning. I think Ben Simmons has gotten so much hate that he's actually become underrated. So this video is going to break down why Big Ben is so valuable for the 76ers. But before we continue, please like the video and subscribe, as it really helps my channel grow. Now let's get started. The 76ers are currently the best team in the Eastern Conference. While Embiid has undoubtedly been their catalyst with his MVP level of play, Ben Simmons has also been a huge part of the Sixers' success. So what exactly does Ben Simmons do that makes him so valuable for the 76ers? Firstly, Simmons is an elite defender. The Sixers are an extremely dominant defensive team, currently ranking 4th in the league in defensive efficiency, and Ben Simmons' elite defense has been a huge part of the Sixers' success on that end of the court. Thanks to his elite size and athleticism, he can guard every position on the court. Simmons is 6'10" with a long 7-foot wingspan, and he has great lateral quickness. The Sixers usually task Simmons with defending the best player on the other team, and more often than not, Simmons holds them below their season average. A perfect example of this was the Sixers' last game against the Trailblazers. Ben Simmons' defense on Damian Lillard was excellent. Lillard still finished the game with 30 points, but he only shot 6 of 21 from the field, which is just 28%. Simmons' defense on Damian Lillard was the major reason for his bad shooting. Let's look at the game to see how Ben was able to bother Dame defensively. Here, Dame tries to drive on Ben, but Ben moves his feet, stays in front, and forces Dame into a tough shot, and Ben gets the rebound. Here, Dame uses the step back, but Ben is able to get a hand up and force another tough miss. Here, the Blazers are going to use a screen to try to free Dame up, but Ben is able to navigate through it, get a hand up, and still force another tough miss. And here, with the game on the line in crunch time, Dame drives by Ben, but Ben is able to stay with him. It forces him into a missed layup. Now, the Sixers did end up losing the game, but that was largely due to the heroics of Carmelo Anthony rather than Dame. Dame was on lock in the fourth quarter due to Ben's excellent defense. In fact, Lillard was just 3 of 9 from the field when Simmons was guarding him. Having a player like that can shut down the best player on the other team helps you to win games. Another good example of this was the Sixers' recent win against the Brooklyn Nets. Simmons' defense on James Harden played a huge role in that win. James Harden still finished the game with 26 points, but with Ben Simmons on him, he couldn't get a shot off, which helped Philly win the game. Here, James Harden is isolated against Ben Simmons. Simmons plays great pressure defense on Harden, forcing him into a bad spot, and he has to call a timeout. Here, the Nets try to go into a pick and roll, but Simmons goes over it, reaches around on Harden, and forces the ball out of bounds. And here, James Harden brings the ball up, passes it to Tyler Johnson. Johnson tries to bring it back, but Simmons steals it, brings the ball up, and takes it all the way down for a dunk. It was defensive plays like this that led to a 21-7 run for Philly and eventually the W. As we can see, Simmons is a lockdown defender. These all-stars like James Harden and Damian Lillard are going to get their numbers no matter what. But if you could force them to be inefficient or prevent them from taking over games, you're doing a good job containing them. Simmons' ability to slow down the other team's best player is a huge part of the reason the Sixers are so good. This is why Ben Simmons was first team all-defense last year, and the way he's playing this year, there's no reason he shouldn't make that team again. Ben Simmons also has a huge impact for the 76ers on the offensive end as well. Ben Simmons' inability to shoot does limit him, but his ability to drive to the basket is huge for the Sixers offense. On the year, Ben averages 14 points and 8 assists per game. Ben Simmons' 8 assists per game ranks 6th in the league, right behind Chris Paul, so the numbers would suggest that he's an elite playmaker. Ben Simmons' ability to get into the paint creates so many opportunities for his teammates. Guys like Seth Curry and Danny Green have gotten plenty of open three-pointers directly off of Ben Simmons' drive and kicks. Ben Simmons is always looking for the open man on offense. Whether it's finding cutters or open shooters, he makes his teammates so much better with the way he's able to set them up for easy baskets. And Ben Simmons' passing game complements his scoring game very well. Of course, Ben isn't a dominant isolation player, but he's good enough where he regularly draws help defense and double teams to get guys open. Ben Simmons is not only a good driver, but also a pretty good scorer in the post. He can get close position in the post because he's big and strong, and he's got moves like the hook shot to score when he gets close to the basket. Simmons is pretty efficient down there. According to NBA.com, Simmons shoots 60% within 5 feet of the basket. This puts the defense in a really tough spot because they have to either let Simmons take whoever is guarding him all the way to the hole or send help defense where Simmons is good at finding the wide open man. Ben Simmons' playmaking and scoring makes the Sixers' offense a lot better, and that's proven not only by the eye test but also by the numbers. According to NBA.com, the Sixers score 103 points per 100 possessions with Simmons off the court, and they score 115 points per 100 possessions when he's on the court. That means that the Sixers' offense is better by 12 points per 100 possessions when Ben Simmons is in the game. So there you have it, sports fans. Ben Simmons has a great impact on the Sixers team on both ends of the court. Embiid gets most of the credit for the Sixers' success, as he should, but Simmons is just as important for the Sixers' success as Embiid is. This isn't to say that Ben Simmons is without his flaws. He still needs to develop a jumper, and he needs to be more aggressive on the offensive end, but he's still elite. Without Simmons, the Sixers have no shot at getting to the finals this year. Anyway, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. Do you think Ben Simmons could help lead the Sixers to the finals? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a single upcoming upload. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.